going to Guadalupe Peak this morning. So better known as the highest peak in Texas.
Well, there's nothing that a good, nice shower can't fix. After that hike.
Or a bad shower. The Guadalupe Peak,
Mercy.
if you Google around, it might be one of the top 5 hardest hikes, if not the hardest hike in the state of Texas.
It was, I mean, it was really hard. So regardless of what number it is.
Yeah.
It was hard.
I mean, it's not for the faint of heart. I definitely would say if you are not prepared to hike rough order 8 to 9 miles round trip, this is not the hike for you. Like it's, and everything I've read was, it was strenuous.
Yes.
It was going to be a tough one
that
anyway.
Up front. It's
yeah.
I mean, you're literally going up a mountain. So the point of this hike is to get to the highest peak, highest point in the state of Texas.
Yeah.
So if you are just like, I want to get to the highest point in Texas,
like this guy,
then this hike is definitely worth it. If you could care less about getting
like this
to the top of Texas, it's not worth it.
Well, that's true.
But you wanted to do it, so we did it. We did it as a family.
We did it as a family.
And it all worked. The hike leaves from the campground / trailhead parking area.
Yeah.
And those are the same thing.
Is it Pine Springs?
Pine Springs,
Pine
yes.
Springs. So if you're going to Guadalupe National, really the RV parking option you have is Pine Springs, which is just a glorified parking lot.
Yeah, but you are right at several trails that you can go on, and you're in the heart of the park, and so it's a great place to camp if you're wanting to do all of those trails. So anyway, so we just went straight from the camper onto the trail, and I would say the first mile of the trail was the absolute most difficult part of the trail.
Maybe, because we'll talk later about going down the mountain, which was equally tough.
Yeah.
But I would say, to your point, super hard first mile. We've been on the trail for at least 0.2 miles, and it's nothing but uphill. Like steps everywhere. It's kind of rough. Super windy. Woo! I did not warm up the body for these kind of steps, but here we go. Good job. Oh my gosh, we're a quarter of a mile in. Time for a water break. Oh gosh, already overheated? This is the moment that Robin realized she had too many layers on, and so she's taking off
her pants now.
A layer of pants. You good? Are you cooler now?
Yeah.
2 layers too many? Any words of advice?
Wear thin and not thick enough.
Go into the woods a little bit before you take all your pants off.
Half a mile in, nothing but switchbacks. It's rough. Every corner, you think you're about to come to a plateau. Nah, just another switchback. There's definitely some pretty epic views up here.
Is that
Mountains.
water? Is that a lake?
We haven't made it quite a mile yet, but we are still going, almost a mile in. Highly recommend. Lots of water on this trip. We've taken a couple breaks already, just because, man, it's a workout. 1.48.
I have 1.53. So.
What? You got what?
1.53.
How do you have that?
Maybe whenever I was taking my pants off.
Got some extra steps there. This is ridiculous. These views.
That's the ridiculous part.
The steps are also ridiculous. The switchbacks, the incline, the ascent.
This second mile is easier than the first.
Oh yeah, there's way less
Oh,
steps.
okay.
It's just a ton of switchbacks.
Just switchbacks. But hey,
These switchbacks are not as steep as the ones in mile 1, in my opinion.
mile 1 was legit.
So you're going up and then you're going through the switchbacks, and you're basically going up one side of the mountain, and then you're gonna kind of make a turn.
Yeah.
And you're gonna go along the other side of the mountain. And once you make that turn,
that's when you get hit in the face really by just non-stop beat you down wind.
yes, we did not, like, the wind was blowing, but it wasn't too bad yet.
Right.
But as soon as we made that
The turn,
it was just like blowing in our face. Like, I had to like kind of get down, get low to like help my center of gravity, because like David and Keegan were holding hands because the wind was blowing so much. And part of that is the time of the year that we chose to come to Guadalupe. We're here in the winter, and usually in the winter and the spring, that's when it's the most windy.
Yeah.
So, you know, I might encourage someone to maybe come in the fall. That might be the best time to come here weather-wise.
Less windy.
Yeah, in the summer, of course, you could come here, but it will be extremely hot.
More humid.
But yeah, but you could come here, but I think maybe the fall could be the best option. But anyway, we chose to come in the winter, and like we said, making that turn, wind, but then we got into some trees.
Well, that's the part, like the turn also helps you to like get, I'm not sure if they call this area the bowl or not, but there's a little bit more tree coverage. And so it looks like because of just the way the mountain is, trees are able to grow a little better in this section. So even though it was like extremely windy, you had pockets to where there was like tree coverage and you could kind of get a little break from the wind. But ultimately it was colder because you're on really the shady side of the mountain. It was windier because again, it was just kind of that bowl area, but you did have some nice reprieve every once in a while, but it really didn't make up for it. It really was pretty tough.
Yeah.
Probably that mile 2.5 to 3.5 section is just pretty rough.
Yes.
So.
Yep. And so then we're still hiking, we're going through the trees, and then you get to a point where you cross a bridge, and then you start making your way up the switchbacks.
The final descent.
Where
are we at? 3.32 miles, almost to the summit. Whew. It's windy, it's cold, I'm gassed. I think my Pop-Tart breakfast has worn off. Well, we see the summit, but nobody wants to go up it now. We just got done eating some lunch, so we got a little bit of energy in us and some fuel. Good job, kid. Hi. Proud of you. Oh man, almost to the top. I can feel it. It feels like wind. All right, just keep going. Put your head down. Just keep going. Get to the top. Oh yay, another switchback.
My favorite.
Hi, hi down there. Oh, she is out of it. There's a you know, a little section at the very top to where it shows like you know, here's the dedication to all the people who, you know, kind of paved their way out west and made that area passable for everybody else. And really that's the point of going up there, is to get that picture, to, you know, say that you climbed the highest point in Texas.
Yeah.
Now going back down the mountain.
Yes.
Which I think was probably just as intense, if not more sketchy, because now at this point, we've been on the trail for about 4 hours. We averaged about a mile an hour. So I think going with Keegan, she's 11. I mean, she's not exactly the most experienced hiker, although she's done some pretty epic hikes.
She's pretty great.
So she's gone 4.2 miles up, over 4,000 elevation. At this point, she's ready to go, you know, back down the mountain. We all are, but I'm just gassed. I'm tired. My legs hurt.
The wind is blowing even more at this point.
It's brutal up there. It really is. Once you get to the top, it's tough. And so we start heading back down 4 hours up. It took us 2 hours to get down the mountain. So we definitely picked up the pace. Going down the mountain was a little quicker, but I think this is where it gets a little more challenging because
Absolutely.
you are tired. You're ready to be done. You probably start picking up a pace that's probably a little too quick. I know Keegan and I'm probably just go down the mountain as fast as I can, but at the same time, the trail was so rocky.
Oh my gosh.
And going up the trail, you don't really think about it because it's a different, you know, weight on the
stepping
rocks.
up, yeah.
But yeah, when you're stepping down, oh my word, it was so sketchy at times.
Hard on my knees. There were times when I would step down and then I would slip a little bit because my legs were just so tired, and I would like catch a rock in a certain way, and just the trail was so much more rocky than I thought it was. I appreciated the defined trail. Like I always knew where that I was on the trail. I never felt like, oh, which way am I going? I think that I'm lost. I always knew I was on the trail, and I was grateful for that. But all of the rocks that were on the trail were just way too, I didn't care for that.
But overall,
we really appreciated, like, as we were probably coming down, like maybe the last mile, we like caught a glimpse of the camper down in the parking area, and it was like, oh, there it is. It was so small, but we could see it, and it was just like that motivation to be able to like get back down to the trailhead and to the camper. So that was great. We definitely would love to know if you decide to do this hike. You know, leave us a comment and let us know that you've done it and what you thought about it. If you've gone at a different time of the year, maybe what your experience was. Like, we would love to know about that. And
yeah, I mean, it's a hike that I think most people in Texas, obviously they know about, they might have done. I know that there's, again, a lot of people who've never done it. They've never been to Guadalupe National. It's really a cool park. It's a lot more than I thought it would be. There's a ton of hiking out there. There's some cool canyons out there. Again, Guadalupe Peak's out there. As far as the campground, it's not spectacular, but you know, it's a place to park. It's available. It's available, and it's easy to get to, easy to park at. Anyway, I think I got nothing else to say. I'm rambling on. Any more words? We're going to
just rest now, since, you know, that was pretty intense. And then we're gonna head out of here and go on our next adventure. Yeah. Let's get out of here. Or let's rest. Or yeah.